Hi, this is Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is March 8th, 2020, and Mercury retrograde worldwide. And wow, Mercury retrograde has been absolutely like the most Mercury retrograde you can imagine. It's been crazy, but it's been interesting, and actually some good things for me have come out of it. So really want to respect this time. You always think you're going to get away, without having a Mercury retrograde event, but it always hits you, at least in my experience. Yeah, Mercury retrograde is going to get you before it leaves. So today I wanted to just do a Trump read regarding how he's doing now with the coronavirus situation and the stock market. And this is what my guides gave me, and when I read my cards, I pick them out I ask my guides to show me them psychically, and then I pick them out of the deck, and then I ask my guides why they chose those cards. And I use for this reading today, I used the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. And I have a simple Celtic cross layout. And there is an oracle card for us and a musical interlude at the end. I almost wasn't going to do one of my dramatic intros, but I got carried away. In the end, I couldn't resist it. So, but as usual, the musical interlude at the end is very calming. So the first card that I got, the Devil. This is Trump. This is the orange one, the orange demon. Above is the moon. And just to give you a reference to, there is a full moon coming on Monday. It's the full worm moon. And I guess it's called the full worm moon because it's when the ground is getting soft enough for the worms to start surfacing. Just a little FYI. So this is Trump just being a total lunatic, even more than usual, just like completely losing it. We think, he has, but no, he's going to go one step further. And this is him just going crazy. This is also a smoke and mirrors card. And this is, again, the administration trying to blow smoke and mirrors on the coronavirus, misinforming us. Trying to figure out which way will make them the most money, and making ridiculous decisions, crazy decisions, like that decision that the thing's called the Grand Princess cruise ship, where they're not letting people off that ship because there's coronavirus. And what did Trump say? I don't want the numbers to go up. I don't know how he thinks this works. Those poor people, they need to be freed from that ship. Surely we have the ability to quarantine them, remove them in quarantine and, put them in the hospital and monitor them there. The cruise ship is just not a good situation for them. It's so unfair. It's such a arbitrary and irrational decision to keep them there. And, the coronavirus is already here. Let's face it. So really what we need is to figure out, how to handle it better and, really true information on it, not the sensationalized news that we get that gins up our fear. But what is the reality of it? And what I'd like to hear is people who have actually had it and recovered from it. What was their experience? Because it is, I think that it's between, I've heard from 1 to 3% death rate, especially the mortality rate is highest in nursing homes and among the elderly. But what do we expect if we do get it? What is the actual normal course of it? And how have people individually experienced it? And, how are they feeling now? I think that would be really nice to hear, that particular aspect of things, so that if we do get it, we know how to what to expect, instead of just being in dread fear that you're going to die from it, because the majority of people don't die from it. But what is its course? In the past, the tower. This is the coronavirus coming into our consciousness. This is actually the subject card in the last reading. This is the stock market getting hit. This is just, all kinds of craziness, plus the interference of the way the coronavirus, I don't want to say interference, actually, I want to say disruption, that the coronavirus has come in and disrupted, all kinds of things all over the world. It's like the world's shutting down so that they can contain this pandemic. Flights being canceled, and big events, major events being canceled. And I think even the is it the Southwest Music Conference was canceled? Is that what it's called, in Austin? So all kinds of major things have been affected by this virus. Underneath the Orange Devil is the Nine of Swords. This is Trump. He's so worried. He's so paranoid about catching this virus. He's a germaphobe anyway, but he is terrified that he's going to contract, I should say, this virus. So it keeps him up at night. And he's also worried about the stock market and all those kinds of things. But most of all, he's terrified about catching it. And so my guides showed me making everybody, who, like the people who are the staff at the White House, people who work there, having to wear masks and gloves. And if somebody sneezes, they get thrown right out. He's just really extreme right now because he's in that demographic, actually, of not doing well from it. And not that everybody in his demographic will die, but just a percentage. But he's sure that or he's terrified that if he catches it, he's going to die. So he's just like in a complete frenzy about this, a total paranoid frenzy. Not that he sleeps at night anyway, but this is just one more huge thing that is terrifying him. In the future, this is the Knight of Swords. This is not a surprise. My guides tell me this is Trump coming out with a whole new round of crazy tweets, blaming everything on Pelosi and Obama. The coronavirus, it's their fault. He started to do that anyway, but he's taking it up a notch and just attacking everything, shifting the blame on everybody else. The clarifying card, Knight of Swords. This is, I think, just really an affirmation of this card. And this was an interesting thing that my guides told me. This is Trump really taking his mask off fully to reveal how vindictive and aggressive he is, how mean he is, how vicious he can be, and revealing himself more in that light to the American population, including his base, plus the rest of the world. He's I think he's stressed to that point where the mask is completely lifted. And he's still getting even for, the impeachment trial. And he's just fully in this aggressor mode, causing people misery and suffering. And he's needing it, narcissistically, he's needing it to feel better about himself because things are going so horribly wrong for him. Especially now that Biden has come back, from the dead, and he is surging in the polls, and it looks like there's he's got a good chance, well, it's either Biden or Sanders. And Trump himself said, I think he was honest about it, that he would rather have had Sanders dominating because he thought he could beat Sanders, but he really doesn't feel like he can beat Biden. Whatever the truth of it is, and vote for whoever you want. I'm not going to make a endorsement myself for which candidate, and I don't want to say which candidate is going to win, but he really did not want Biden to be in this position right now because he really thinks Biden is his biggest threat. That's why the whole impeachment trial happened. That's why Ukraine happened. He put a lot of energy into trying to bring Biden down. My God, look. He started it last year, I think around this time. That whole plot, Rudy Giuliani, and Oh my God, think about what we've been through. And that was all about stopping Biden. So, and this is probably, continuing to go after Biden and this Ukraine thing with Hunter. The outcome card, this is judgment. This is the whole world now throwing their eye on Trump, and this is Trump getting massive criticism from all over, nationally and internationally, internally within his own administration and externally, because he's making such a mess out of it. And not that they care about people's health or whatever, how many people die from it, but or suffer for whatever reason, but it's money, it's the stock market, it's the economy, it's everything, and people are really pissed off at him, really angry at him. So this is judgment coming in on him, big time. And this is karma, right? Consequence for his actions and inactions. Oh, and that whole thing about the testing kit, we have 75,000 or something for the coronavirus, and only 6,000 tests have been done. And I think that Trump thinks, well, the less testing, the better, because that means if you don't see it, it's not happening. I think he lives by that principle. If you don't see it, it's not there. It doesn't exist. Yeah, that's how he gets by in his life. So that is my update on Trump right now with this whole coronavirus madness. My guides did give us a card. I'm not sure, we may have had this in the past in a video, but this is the one that they wanted me to read. So this is from the Diana Cooper Angels of Light deck. I don't have the, oh, here it is. I want to show you the front of the box. And the card is gratitude. Gratitude. Your guidance is to count your blessings. When you say thank you to the universe for its gifts, it responds generously to you. Angel wisdom reminds you to say thank you for all that you have, the intangible as well as the tangible. Whenever you say thank you from your heart, more is bestowed upon you. For gratitude is a key to opening the doors to universal abundance. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and open yourself to receive love and plenty in your life. Your angels will smile on you. The affirmation, I am grateful for everything in my life. That's a beautiful card. It's always something we need to remind ourselves of, to have, counting your blessings, to have gratitude for what's in your life. At this juncture, I always remind people that I'm available for readings. I do past life readings, anything in the, that you're concerned about right now in this lifetime. I am a medium, and I love to introduce people to their guardian angels. So I call myself a free range psychic, because really, whatever you want to ask the angels, we can ask them and see what answers we get. There's really no or a few limitations to that. Saying that, guys, take care. Happy daylight savings time to everybody who's affected by it. Just remember that it is not. It's 1 hour earlier. No, 1 hour later than you think it is. That's it. So it's on spring forward. I always get so confused, but it's 1 hour later, right? We lose an hour because that way the days seem longer to us. Everybody take care. I will get back with you soon. Oh, I do want to say this, best way to stay healthy is to have a good, strong immune system. And one of the ways that you can have a good, strong immune system is through finding a way to stay calm and not be in fear, because fear will destabilize your immune system. So find time for meditation or some kind of exercise or some kind of peace, so that you're not in this fight or flight state, because that really does make you vulnerable. But meditation, listening to beautiful music, painting, looking at beautiful paintings, that all calms your nervous system down and calms your immune system down. So it makes you healthier. You guys take care. I'm sending my love to all of you. Again, I want to welcome my new subscribers, and I want to send my love to my all of you who've already subscribed. Please share, subscribe, comment, and share these videos. Okay, you guys take care.